This is Crystal Thomas with Module 3 discussion. So I'm going to talk to you today about 3 reasons to have a collection policy in place in the library. Reason number 1 to have a collection policy in place in the library is to reflect the needs and goals of the library. So collection policies need to be in place to, of course, reflect the needs and goals. And these needs and goals should also have policy statements that will help them be effective. So reason number 2 to have a collection policy in place in the library is to guide staff in handling complaints. If the staff do not have a policy to follow, then what will they do when a complaint occurs? What will they do what will they consult for guidance? Without a collection policy, staff will not have anything to guide them on how to proceed when a problem does occur. So reason number 3 to have a collection policy in place in the library is to serve as a training tool for new staff and volunteers. This would help like a brand new librarian if they just took over and they could look at policy to see what to do, or if you happen to be out for a long-term sub on sick leave, or if you happen to be out long-term and had a long-term sub and were on like a sick leave, this policy would provide them guidance on how to proceed in your library, and it would just help things run smoother. These aren't the only reasons. These are just what I feel are the most essential reasons. So now I'm going to talk to you about self-censorship. So what is self-censorship? According to Merriam-Webster, self-censorship is the act or action of refraining from expressing something such as a thought, a point of view, or a belief that others could deem objectable. So basically you censor yourself from saying or doing certain things that you might want to say or do. I read an article called What the Shelves Aren't Saying, an exploration of self-censorship in high school libraries. So in this article, it talks about how self-censorship happens more in smaller schools than in larger ones, and how school librarians who engage in self-censorship are causing problems for the libraries. When self-censorship happens in a school library, students are denied so many parts of the human experience. While some factors like budget restrictions can cause self-censorship, librarians must be careful that they aren't using that as a reason to not purchase certain books. So if this happens, librarians must recognize these self-censorship behaviors and they must correct them. So the problem with self-censorship is that it can hinder your library from growing as it should. It blocks students from being exposed to things that they have the right to be exposed to. It's important to be aware of your own biases so you can give students every opportunity to be exposed to the full human experience. From this article, I learned that I need to be more careful about self-censorship so that I don't deny my students at my small school experiences that could help them figure out their path in life, or even exposure to certain things. It's not my job to limit them to what I feel is the best type of book. It's my job to buy quality books and let them to decide what's right for them. So the article, Children's Collection Development, Good Books or Books Kids Like by Kyle Todd, I'm going to talk to you about that. So in this article, Kyle Todd talks about that if books have both quality and appeal, they are a good choice. So you should avoid books that have neither quality or appeal. So this will impact my collection development choices because I can now listen to what kids want and know that it can still be quality choices for my library, even though it's not, exactly what I might have picked. I used lots of resources in this presentation. I used book clip art from My Cute Graphics, and then the Children's Collection Development. The references for that are here. And then I used the textbook, The Collection Program in Schools by Martis, and then, of course, Merriam-Webster, the dictionary, and then the article, What the Shelves Aren't Saying by Tudor and Moore. And I enjoyed everything I learned in this discussion post. Thank you.